14. We are back at the Construct's chamber, and we're going to meet our old friend, the Construct, who spent the last couple episodes absolutely kicking our butts. And we're going to win it this time. And you know why, Zero?
Why?
Because we are the definitive playthrough of Ys Origin. So last time we did an episode for this, which was quite some time ago, Zero had mentioned, oh, I'll go check the strategy guide real quick. We'll see how to beat this guy. And it's like, no. Nay. There's really only one strategy with this game that I found, and even really throughout much of the series, and that's that essentially you just start grinding like a whole bunch, and then your problems go away. Because this guy, we spent the last, I think, 2 episodes really getting embarrassed by him. But now that I've spent some time grinding in the off episode, as well as some of the last episode we did, he's going to be beatable now. He's going to be pretty beatable. I should be able to do this in one try. And the reason being is once you level up, you just do so much more damage that it doesn't matter how annoying their attacks are, you're going to be a lot better off. That's just how this game works. So, if anyone doesn't remember, you got to kind of break the arms first, and then... Oh, I got to switch weapons. You got to break the arms first, and then you come to this part. He opens up the little third eye he's got there.
That is quite a bit of damage you already did to his face. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. And then you just kind of go away. Like, this probably took about 3 or 4 patterns the last time we were doing this, and this time I did it in just 1. So there you go. You know, this would be like a perfect game, I would say, to take on the go. Maybe you're like on a train or something, or you're kind of just got other stuff going on, but you want to just play a game and not have to focus too much. Well, there'll often be times where you need to grind, so this totally serves that purpose. Let's try to avoid them.
No, 100%. Like, last episode was really bad. Because you restarted that fight, I don't even know how many times. I can't count.
Too many.
And that guy literally gave me fucking nightmares, because I'm just watching you fight this guy. You're getting him to at least half health, and your health is just depleting ridiculously fast as you fight this guy. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's why I suggested, yo, strategy guides, man. Come on, let's do it. They were useful back in the day. They're still useful now. Let's go.
It's not really to say that the strategy guide's not like that useful. It's still going to give you some tips that could come in handy, but really just the one thing I've found that works in like every Ys game is to just level yourself up as much as possible. And once you do, you know, you don't really have so many problems anymore because you do way more damage and you take less damage. It's just so elementary for a RPG, but it works, you know?
Definitely. I mean, look, we've all played old school Pokemon. If we all know what the actual grind is, all right? Like you used to have to literally catch these Pokemon, fight with them one at a time to level them up. That's a grind. So, trust me, I get it. I had to do that in almost any game, especially my favorite Digimon game of all time so far, Digimon World 3, which, by the way, I wish we could do that remote because I would love to put that on the channel. We made that promise to that one guy on Twitter, and we still haven't kept true to that promise. But we'll do it. We'll do it one day.
Hey, we've made quite a few promises to quite a few people. It's unfortunately the way it works with us sometimes, but, you know, maybe we'll make some things happen. Hey, we haven't done a showcase in a while, so that could totally be a great showcase.
It definitely could. The problem is that it's a fucking RPG.
Yeah.
That's the problem. How do you showcase an RPG? How do you truly get the essence of it in a 25 to 30-minute episode of something? That's the tough part.
It could be like sort of like a retrospective or like an episode where we're kind of explaining about things about the game, but not necessarily like we have to, you know, not really, we have to play it and do it sort of in succession and react to what's happening, but just kind of play it at the same time as we talk about, you know, here's the history of this game, this is what sets it apart from other Digimon RPGs and stuff like that. Oh, that actually would work. I wasn't sure if that was gonna work.
I actually like that idea. One of the awesome things is too, when it comes to Digimon World 3. Well, I don't know if this is awesome, but the American version, to my understanding, came out first, or around the same time the Japanese version did, and didn't have everything 100% translated. So, in the Japanese and European version, there's a post game. Meanwhile, in the American version, North American version, there is no post game. Like, you beat the boss, and you literally go back to the last save point, which is like a mission and a half before you fight the final boss. Which was frustrating because I got that game in 2002, shortly after release. I was on vacation. I was back in the US on vacation because I was living in the Dominican Republic at the time. And I was so excited for the game. We played it. It was in full 3D. You could walk around a huge world. It was fun. My brother and I love that game to bits, still till this day, still. And I only ended up beating it. It was late high school that I finally beat that game. And I was 12 when I had first gotten, so I was around 18 when I finally beat it, and I was so proud of myself for having done so. So I ended up replaying it again, initially in preparation for like some sort of video that we would have made. Again, because we had promised it, and I have it on my PlayStation Mini too. But instead, I decided, all right, I'm gonna cheat my way through the game on my PS Mini. And instead of playing the North American version, I was going to play the European version. So we can all see what we did not get in the States, the post game. So that is definitely something we can use.
For sure.
And I have not continued. I don't even think I fought the first post game boss yet. I have to double check that. But it'll definitely be something it's definitely something that we can use for like a quick retrospective and make that video that we promised to that guy years ago.
Yeah, I know we also promised my buddy Joe that we would play, who, by the way, Joe is very active in the comments, but he, so shout outs to him. He requested that we play a game called Screen Cheat, and that was requested a while back, so we should probably get on that for Joe. Again, we do have the showcase. It's just unfortunately sometimes it's kind of hard to set things up, or we just kind of don't find the time, unfortunately. But again, we appreciate when you do have recommendations. We try to get to them. Recommendations.
Absolutely. We love trying out games. We love playing games. If you guys have a recommendation for a game, please let us know down in the comments. We'll try our best to get it on. Also, congratulations to Mash for finally beating this goddamn nightmarish boss from hell.
I mean, it was like seriously impossible before I added an extra like hour of grinding after our session last time, and just leveled up Unica so much that, you know, she was able to take the challenge. And yeah, there it is. It's done. 3 episodes to kill that guy. I really hope that we won't have to deal with too much of that in the future. But again, if we ever run into this, we'll do this obviously in the playthrough. But if anyone's playing this game and you kind of run into this point, you know, take the lesson from your boys, Two Stupid Gamers. You know, if the boss is too hard, just level up like twice, spend a little bit of extra time, and once you face him, the boss will be actually beatable. You know, it's just kind of the way that the game works. And now we can advance. Now we're in this cool sandy area. I see some guys that are glowing, so we'll try to focus on them. And
we've never seen like a sand area before, right? This is completely new. Well, at least to us on this channel.
Well, definitely not to me because I played this game a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the first time that we come to this area. It's actually quicksand too.
It's hard to tell what these things are because they look like they have skulls on them, but they also kind of look like scorpions, but also praying mantises.
Scorpion. Yeah.
Get over here!
I think that was very good. If you actually go on the wiki for Yeast, they have a lot of their monsters, like the little, sprites of them, and you can see what they look like by zooming in. They're very creative. Usually it has something to do with like a skull or a bird or other type of animal. It's very like animalistic. It's cool though. I like a lot of the designs for the animals. Some of them are a little hit or miss, but others are pretty dope. But yeah, this quicksand is this quicksand is a lot.
Not gonna lie, that one thing you were fighting took a lot of hits.
Yeah. I guess because they're red, they're red. They're flashing red because they're guarding like something is locked and you can't proceed until you beat them. Let me try the hurricane attack. There you go.
Yeah, I was actually going to suggest you probably might need to switch around your stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're getting really close and they're hitting you.
Oh, dude.
What?
They're not dying.
Oh.
They're coming back.
They just go down.
Yeah. Now the red guys, they actually will die because that one disappeared and he never came back. There you go.
Okay.
I got him.
That's kind of annoying. Oh, dude, it's that little thingy.
It's a Roo.
Yeah. Can't you jump across?
I'm gonna focus on opening up whatever it is that they're blocking us from. These guys don't even.
It's likely that red thing you gotta kill because that door to the left is shining red.
Yeah. If you notice, they're not even really doing damage to me, so it's even kind of safe as long as I get away from the guys that come back to life. I'm relatively safe because they don't really do much damage to me. That's why I'm trying to switch to the hurricane spin attack.
Yeah, it'll keep them at bay.
Yeah, keep them from hitting me.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, he's back.
I thought that guy was dead. Come on, buddy. Just die.
They do have an attack. They do. They shoot these like projectiles in the air and then it makes the floor slippery. But still, for the most part, they don't hurt as much as the other guys do. There we go. I think I got him. Yep. Oh, man. Well, out of the frying pan and into the air
into
fryer.
The sand. Or the air fryer, actually. Which, by the way, I gotta make use of mine more. I really
the two
should,
appliances
though.
I've been slacking on is getting an air fryer and a rice cooker. I could totally go for one of those.
Oh, dude. I have a rice cooker now. Still haven't used it. But it's not just a rice cooker. It also cooks a bunch of other stuff. I really gotta get on that. I really gotta just, like, wash the rice, throw it in there, put in water, and just see how good it comes out, because holy crap. The making rice the old-fashioned way with a pot and whatnot, sure, it's not that hard still, but it's so brain dead when you have a rice cooker. Like, you can go brain dead with that shit.
And hopefully not actually dead by accidentally setting your house on fire.
No, not at all. It actually has a timer on itself. Yeah. Like, the second you say, cook this, it'll be like, all right, it'll take this much time, and I'll keep it warm for you for up to 3 hours. And that's it.
Oh, so it's an appliance that you talk to. So it's like the Jetsons.
I mean, we do have, the Amazon Alexa stuff. And my mom actually, look, here's the funny thing, all right? My mom won that shit. The whole Alexa thing with the screen and whatnot. Yeah. She won it at her job before she retired, like a year or two before retirement. And I had to teach her that, hey, you can give it commands. You can tell it what you want. Like, you can ask it questions and it'll find you answers.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, point of it.
Yeah, it's like your own personal assistant, except it's a robot. She still tries to talk to it like if it's a person. I'm not even kidding. Like, she'll ask for a question, like, hey, what's the temperature like? What's the temperature going to be this weekend? hey, could you find me a description for this, or how do you say this, or whatnot.
Yeah.
And Alexa can be fidgety sometimes. It'll get you what you want, sometimes it won't. And she'll argue with the bitch. She'll be like, yo, I didn't ask for that, you idiot. And I'm like, Mom, it doesn't understand you like that. You have to command it, not talk to it like a human. I wanted this, it didn't give me that. Let me try. And then I'll command it instead of like trying to talk to it.
Well, they did pre-program a couple of things where you could say like almost as if it's a real person. They'll give you like joke responses into you can kind of ask it about what Alexa's favorite color is, and then she'll tell you that like she doesn't have a favorite color because she's a robot. Or you can ask about rival brands, and they have to give this like very blank statement, generic answer. Yeah,
that's always funny. But yeah, one thing that my mom has been using it for a lot lately is calling people, especially my brother. So like she'll be like, "Oh, call so and so," and as long as you have that number like within her like database, like she'll just do it. And if they have the Alexa app, even better, because then you can video call. And all she has to do is just look at the thing. So that's always cool. So in a sense, we're kind of in the Jetsons age,
We're getting there.
So supposedly the father, I forgot his name. Is it George Jetson?
George, yeah.
Yeah, supposedly he's already been born. If we're going by what the cartoon said in his driver's license.
Yep.
So he's already been born. So we're not too far off, guys, I don't know if we're going to be having buildings that look like flying saucers several thousand feet in the air. But, we're getting there.
Yeah. Still no self-tying shoelaces, but,
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. Yeah, I kind of feel like slip-on shoes kind of negate the purpose of needing self-lacing shoes, self-tying shoelaces. It still would be cool, but dude, if you've ever worn a pair of slip-ons, you know that they are the most accessible footwear that's out there. Yeah, that is a lazy man's shoe, because you don't got to do anything. You just slip it on, just like it says, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
and I remember when they came out. I remember when they came out. I was thinking like, there's no way that's gonna stay on. It's gonna slide off, and you're gonna be walking around with no shoes. Who's gonna want this? But no, they made it work, and I never looked back. I have shoes that are non-slip-ons, but I really like my slip-on shoes a lot.
I still have these slip-on shoes. The problem is that I overused them.
Yeah.
As lockdown started, I ended up ordering some Amazon branded slip-on shoes, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the tail's gonna go wrong, because they're cheap as shit. They're very cheap.
Basically, you got Amazon Basic because you're a basic bitch.
100%. I literally bought it because, hey, it's cheap, and I would like to have like different types of shoes. Like I bought some black slip-on ones, and like you said, they're extremely accessible. I didn't necessarily like the materials, but hey, it was a different pair of shoes that I can wear. And I used it for walking, and during lockdown, and a little bit, the year leading after it, I used it a lot. And by the next summer 2021, I had gone through, well, not completely through, but I had worn down the sole of the shoes like a lot. I still have them, and I use them mainly for when I have to take out the trash or whatever, because I don't like wearing my sandals outside of my apartment. Like,
yeah,
those slip-on shoes for outside of the apartment, do whatever I need to do, and then my sandals are for inside the apartment. That's how I treat it.
Now, do you wear socks
I do need to
with
throw
your
those out at
sandals?
some point. I do when it's cold out.
Really?
Yeah, because my room gets fucking cold. I'm talking about freezing in here. That's why I have a small space heater.
I mean, look, I'm not judging you. It's just it gets such a bad rap when somebody wears socks with their sandals. It's
No, I mean, look, if you're going out and you're wearing socks with your sandals, my first thought goes to, wow, this guy's a fucking criminal. Kidding. Not that you're a criminal, but you know, ugh, no. As people from my country would say, pariguayo. Which I don't know the actual translation for. It's like someone who doesn't like care about their looks or whatever. Like
there's
weird
a word for that.
Yeah, in Dominican Spanish, pariguayo.
I see.
So that's my interpretation of it. There's probably a better translation for it. But no, I would not wear like even like the sandals that you have to strap onto your feet. I would not wear socks with that. I would clip my nails, make my little freaking dogs look good, and wear sandals outside. That's what I do.
You know, you bring up a good point, and I don't want to get too far into this before it gets weird because we're on the internet. But I think sandals. Yeah, I think sandals are definitely a type of footwear where you want to be mindful. You want to be mindful of the appearance of your feet, and also odors. Because you're basically barefoot with like a tiny bit of fabric hugging the sole of your foot. So you want to be careful with that kind of stuff. But anyway, I just bring it up because, again, it gets associated a lot of times with being Polish, which is, I guess, fair, but also German or like old. Like if you're an old person, people assume that you wear sandals with socks. I don't understand why it's like such a huge deal for most people. Not that I necessarily walk around with sandals with no socks. I'm sorry, sandals with socks. I don't even really own sandals, but you know, it's like sometimes people will just pick a thing that a little percentage of the population does, and they're like, you know what? This is wrong. This is bad. This is terrible. You know, let's poke fun at these people. Let's look down on these people because I know how footwear works and they do not. You know, I know what belongs on pizza and they do not. You know,
which, by the way, pineapple 100% goes on pizza, and if you disagree, you're just wrong. And we can say that because we're New Yorkers.
Now we're gonna have a fight.
Oh, 100%. I'm waiting for it. Go ahead and comment in the comment section below. You're still wrong. You don't have to like it.
Just for the record, I'm indifferent to pineapple on pizza. I'll eat it because I'll eat pretty much anything on pizza, but I'm not necessarily saying it's good or it belongs on pizza. I do like pineapples though. You know what I think really belongs with pineapple? Fried rice, veggies, meat.
Ooh, dude, you're not wrong. Pineapple fried rice, which is a Thai delicacy, is quite delicious.
Delicious.
And if once again you crazy ass people in the comments disagree, go ahead. We'll fight you anyway. We don't care. Fuck you.
I think that one's a little more accepted. But
you think so? Because there are people out there that just hate pineapple for some fucking reason.
Maybe they don't like sugar. Pineapple has like one of the highest sugar counts of all the fruit.
Which is why it's so fucking delicious.
And so bad for you. Oh,
I mean, dude, natural sugar with fiber and shit is way better than just consuming regular sugar.
Yeah, but like mangoes and pineapple are like 3 times the sugar of like an apple or whatever. It's a lot.
Which is why they're so fucking delicious.
I think it's like more than a can of Pepsi, but you just reminded me, and again, my sugar levels be damned. I have a can of pineapple, like diced pineapple, and this amazing noodle that I got from like a Japanese marketplace. Dude, I'm totally gonna fry that the next chance I get. The pineapple and the noodles together. That's gonna be awesome. Holy crap.
Oh, dude, if you get to caramelize that pineapple with the fried noodles, that's gonna be fucking amazing.
There's really nothing quite like barbecued pineapple. It's just delicious for some reason.
Especially when you get those char marks on it and you get a little bit of caramelization going on.
Oh yeah.
I put that on a burger once, man. Fucking great.
Whenever I go to like hot pot or Korean barbecue with friends or anything that's similar to that, I always look for pineapple on the menu because you gotta have pineapple grilled at least once in your life.
Yeah. 100% agree. 100%.
and then put it on a pizza. Oh,
That's what's up. One of what I actually want to try, and I might actually get some hate from this, even from people who like pineapple on pizza, which, by the way, you never eat the pineapple alone on pizza. Is that what people actually think, Mash? Because that's what I'm starting to think that's what they think. That's not how that works. You don't eat it with just the pineapple. You always have some sort of salty meat to go along with it, usually ham. And that's called a Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
Hawaiian style, I guess.
in that case, I agree. I think pineapple on pizza is gross. If it's just the pineapple, like that's not good.
I personally would not do it with just the pineapple. You gotta put it along with something. You're gonna tell me ham and pineapple together don't taste good? You're crazy. Of course they do.
Delicious.
100%, especially if it's like a caramelized piece of pork, like it's been grilled really well or cooked really well, and it has a nice charred caramelized pineapple slice on it. You're gonna tell me you don't want that? Of course you do. You lying sacks of shit. So imagine chopping that freaking pork up, putting it on a pizza, cooking it well with pineapple as well. You're gonna tell me that ain't good? You're crazy. I've experimented with bacon and pineapple on pizza. That was pretty good. The bacon is extremely salty, so the pineapple really like counteracts it. Especially the acidity of the pineapple cuts through the fat, so that helps. I've also done Italian sausage and pineapple on pizza, but I have not done pepperoni and pineapple. That's something I want to try.
Now pepperoni is definitely a very salty meat. It's very good, and I started to mix it with just regular sandwiches, but it's super high in salt.
It's extremely high in salt,
Yeah.
and it's fatty as fuck, which is why I think,
Ooh.
pairing it with pineapple on a pizza would probably elevate that experience a little bit. Because everyone knows when you eat too much fat, you start feeling lethargic and gross, and you kind of want to just like not exist for a while. We've all been there.
Now, how do you feel about bagels? What do you do with bagels?
Love them. 100% love them.
What if you're in Vegas?
Are you commenting on that shit I saw, the flagel?
Yes. I remember that.
I'll send you take the picture if you find it, Mash, or I'll send it to you or whatever, or I'll put it on our social media, because I think I only put it on my personal social media. You should probably put it on the TSG social media, which, by the way, I have something else to talk about with bagels, and this one's going to destroy your brain.
Really?
But first, let's talk about the flagel.
Uh-huh.
So, due to my job, I get to go to Vegas at least once a year for a couple of days. I wish it were for pleasure, even though my supervisor and I do take some time to just, have fun over there. But it's mainly for work, because we go to a convention where we get to see all this awesome stuff, and we're pretty much forced to go to these like panels that we have to go and take notes on. But near the convention center over at Vegas, there's a bagel spot called Bagel Rama. Oh, no, or Bagel Mania, something like that. And as a New Yorker, I respect them because their bagels are good. If you want a regular toasted ass bagel with cream cheese, they got it there, and it's done well. It tastes great. It's got the right amount of chewiness and stuff. I remember I made myself a bagel sandwich with it was a tuna sandwich, and I was happy because, again, it's like $15, but they give you a lot of food for it, right? And that shit would keep me full for the rest of the day. You eat that at lunch, you're not thinking about food until way later in the night over there. And we're talking about like spring, so night comes way later. But at Bagel Mania, they also ended up having this thing called a flagel, which is a completely flat, talking about flatter than a goddamn pancake bagel. Like if someone drove a car over it and it somehow expanded and got flat. And they had a plain version and everything bagel version, and I looked at that shit and I said, what have they done to my boy? Why did they do this to the bagel? Why disrespect the bagel like this? A friend of mine ended up commenting and telling me, "Hey, that's actually like a gluten-free bagel. By the way, it's great for people who, can't have gluten but
Right.
still want to eat a bagel." But damn, it just doesn't seem right. And apparently, it wasn't even invented on the West Coast. It was invented in Brooklyn. So
Yeah. Well, remember, a
yeah,
lot of the time, healthy food isn't necessarily tasty. Because the
yeah,
priority is
or
to,
good looking.
or that. The priority really is to make it more, appealing to your body as opposed to your taste buds. So,
Yeah,
like, I buy, you know, I like a lot of people that frequent the gym. I used to do it more, but I started to use like protein supplements and stuff like that. And eventually, I kind of got into came to the realization that a lot of the protein supplements are like still loaded with sugar. So
yeah,
it's almost like defeating the purpose of even exercising in the first place, So I kind of switched to this alternative where it's no sugar. They're like keto versions of brownies and cookies and all this kind of crap you're not supposed to eat. And at first bite, it doesn't really taste good. It tastes and feels like the real thing, but it doesn't taste good because it's just something's just missing, right?
yeah.
But again, that's not really the point because it's not supposed to taste amazing. It's just supposed to fill you up, give you what you want, and yet at the same time, be a little bit healthier for you as opposed to eating an actual brownie or a cookie or something.
100%.
But speaking of 100%, this episode is 100% done. That's right, we're finished. This episode is 0% sugar, 100% done. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of spent most of the episode talking about food while I'm hacking away at these demon monster things. Why don't you guys let us know in the comments, what you like on a pizza. What do you think of the flagel? Would you try it? Do you like other types of bagels? Let us know.
That's right. Stay tuned for next episode because I'm about to tell Mash over here something I saw on social media that's going to destroy his brain as a New Yorker.
Oh.
So stay tuned for that because we're not done with bagels just yet.
Oh, there's more.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys. We'll see you on the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.